Good morning, everybody. Wanted to touch base for what this week will look like for World History 2. Again, this is for the week of September 8th through September 11th. All right, so let's head over to Classroom real quick. And if it was your classroom, you would choose whichever classroom you needed to be on, right? So for you, you just go to your World History 2 classroom page. I'm going to click First Period for us to get started. But again, whatever period it is that you have, World History 2, you would just start there. Get rid of this box for us here. All right, and I'm going to go to the classwork page. So if I go over to classwork, I look for week 4. There it is, week 4, 9/8 to 9/11. I want to go where everyone start here, right? Everyone start here. That's exactly where you should go every single week. If you haven't seen a trend there, I put that post there every week so that everyone knows exactly where to start. Looks like you will have some things to turn in this week. Trade routes map activity, video questions. You have your pre-test this week on Wednesday, and then you've got your daily check-in questions. But I'm going to start where everyone starts here, and I'm going to click the link to pull up the Google slide presentation for this week. This is your weekly agenda, right? So looks like we have World Empires and the Renaissance. We're going to be starting that very soon. Monday, you had no school, so let's click over to Tuesday. Tuesday, we're talking about world cultures in 1500. Your objective is to locate the major states and empires in the Eastern and Western Hemisphere. If I go over to my to-do list, which is always very important, I start working down it for Tuesday. You'll click the map of Europe to view the notes on world cultures in 1500. So if I click this map right here, it'll open a new window for me. And these are the notes for my Google slide presentation for if you were in class like a normal year, what we would go through talking about empires in the Eastern Hemisphere, empires in the Western Hemisphere, and then some other notes on trade activities, right? So you need to go through these. You need to read them. You need to become familiar with them. You need to understand them, all right? Because this is, again, information that you would be tested on. The second thing I need to do, I need to watch the video on the Silk Road and ancient trade routes by clicking on the Crash Course World History logo to the left. So right here, I look to the left, there it is, World History, right? And it says, here are your follow-along questions you need to answer. So if you click this link right here, it will force you to make a copy of questions that are in order when it comes to watching the video. So you would make a copy of this document, you would rename it, you would look over it so you understood the questions you needed to be listening for. Then you would start by clicking on the logo and watching the video. And we'll give it a second to load up. So you would watch this video right here. You would answer your questions, and that would take care of number 2. Now, this is an activity that is due Sunday by 9/13, 11:59 p.m. All right, so you need to knock out those questions. Your answers need to be in red bold, and it's listed on there when you open up that document and you make your own copy, right? So this is one of the activities this week that is due by 11:59 on Sunday. You have an in-class activity for A and B students, but if you're virtual, you'll be completing it on your own. So you'll click here to complete your trade routes activity. So if you click here again, it's going to tell you that you need to make a copy of this document. You'll make a copy, you will rename it, and then you will begin working on it. You'll follow the directions on the Google slide presentation to complete. So in here, when you rename this, right, if I click make a copy, the directions are going to be on it. We'll give it a second to load up for us here. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, easier for me to see. So I'm going to zoom in. And it says, using the vocabulary in the word bank below, explain what this map is showing. So I need to use all of these words in a paragraph describing what's happening on this map. Now, if you jump straight to this and you did not watch the video and you did not look over the Google slide presentation with the notes and you jump straight to this, you would have no clue. You must accomplish number 1 and number 2 before you move over to number 3. it's a must, or you will have no idea exactly what's going on. So you must do 1, then you do 2, and then you go over to number 3. All right. So that is your my to-do list for the week. Again, this is due Sunday by midnight, as are your uh, Silk Road ancient trade route questions based off of that video. All right. So we are not having a digital notebook this week, right? So you don't have a digital notebook. You've got these questions based off of that video, and you've got this trade route activity, both due by midnight Sunday so far. All right. So that is Tuesday. Wednesday, you will pretest. It is very important that you complete your pretest to the absolute best of your abilities. This must be 100% completed by 11:59 Sunday. This will count as a quiz grade. It will count as a quiz grade. All right. If you need to know how to access Performance Matters, you need to go to this video right up here, top right-hand corner. All right. It will count as a quiz grade. It will be curved. All right, it will be curved. I throw out the top 3 scores, and I use the 4th student to base my curve. If you have any questions about how or what to do when it comes to your pretest, you must click onto your Google Meet schedule and join the link so that I can help you answer any questions. Your pretest is again due by 11:59 Sunday. Thursday, we'll start looking at the Renaissance and we'll outline the unit for us. So in this unit coming up, we're going to have the Italian Renaissance, the Renaissance in Northern Europe, the Protestant Reformation, Reformation ideas and how they spread, and the Scientific Revolution. So I'll go back over to my to-do box. I need to go ahead and click on King Tut's logo to sign into my book. I'm going to click here to view a key events of the Renaissance and Reformation timeline. Think about what you find most interesting about this subject. So you'll click on there. It'll shoot you over. I should have signed in first. It's probably not going to let me look at it yet, but let's see. Yep, I need to sign in. So I go ahead and hit Easy Bridge. I hit go. I'll choose my account. And I'm now signed in. So my link should work now. So I'm going to go ahead and click my link again. And I want to take a look at this timeline right here, right? I need to look over it. I need to think about it. And I need to really think about that question about what do I find most interesting about this subject, right? So here are the key events of the Renaissance and Reformation with its begin date, and then finally with some scientific revolution ideas in the end. So I'll take a look at that. I'll click the picture of Leonardo da Vinci and watch the story on my video, Leonardo da Vinci. So I click the picture of Leonardo da Vinci, and it will take me over to a quick video that I will watch. And it's finally starting to load for us. There it is. Right, so I'll watch this video right here. And I'll think to myself, why did Renaissance artists use the new technique of perspective? So obviously it's going to talk about the idea of perspective and a technique that's used in painting, and why would they use that? Number 4 is an in-class activity and virtual for others. It's an essential question activity. So I would click here to go to that essential activity, that essential question activity. And I would work on this again. We would be doing this in class, but for you guys, you need to be able to do this on your own. And don't forget to complete your daily check-in question. Now, if I go back over to Friday, all right, click on King Tut's image to go ahead and sign in. Always a good idea. In the vocab, to obtain your list, go to the very important words. So here's your vocab, and you'll follow the instructions, and you should check out the example I created here. All right, so I'm going to start here, though, and I'm going to click on the image. Once again, it's going to tell me to make a copy. So I need to make a copy. I need to rename it so that it's my own, and I can find it in my G drive. All right, so I heard the cries about digital notebooks, so we're going to change some things up. So this is topic 2, the Renaissance and Reformation vocabulary. Students will create a Google slide presentation for their vocab. This is due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. All right, September 20th. So you guys have 2 weeks to work on this. 2 weeks. The slide presentation will include a title slide with the topic's name and student name, a lesson title slide to include in the lesson name, and vocab slides to include the word, definition, and a relevant picture. There should be no more than 3 words per slide. All right, so I'm really confused. I don't understand what Mr. Poss is doing. But again, I said if you need an example, click here. So if I click here for my example, this would be my title slide. It said the slide presentation will include a title slide with the topic's name and student name. Topic name, student name. Then it says a lessons title slide to include the lesson name. Lesson 1, the Italian Renaissance. Where did I get that? Here it is, Lesson 1, the Italian Renaissance. And then I would start my vocab. Remember, your vocab slides need to have the word, the definition, and a relevant picture. There should be no more than 3 words per slide. So if I click over to the next slide, here it is. Word number 1 was humanism. Humanities was number 2. A gentleman by the name of Petrarch was the second one. I then went in and found a picture when it comes to humanism and how it worked during the Renaissance, humanities during the Renaissance, and then finally Petrarch. That is a picture of Petrarch. So that's exactly what your slides should look like as you go through all of these. So again, this isn't due until September 20th, so 2 weeks out, right? And throughout the course of this unit, you will come across the readings that would include the definitions for you for these words. All right, so that is Friday. Do not forget to complete your daily check-in question posted on Google Classroom. All right, and guys, have a great weekend. If you guys ever have any questions, just reach out. Please try to stay on track. Thank you.